Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joyce, and today, you already know from the title what we are doing, and I thought this was going to be such a good idea because I am a very heavy mood reader. I have been in the mood for suspense and thrill lately. It's all that I have been reading this week. There are two books that have been on my TBR list for a while, and I can't decide which one I want to read next. I just finished reading The Housemaid Secrets by Frida McFadden, and let me tell you, it was such a good time. It was such a good time. So let's see if we can find ourselves another 5-star read. We have The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. I have read a book by her before and I enjoyed it. I think I gave it like a 3. It was a bit dramatic, but I do like her style. It's easy to follow. It's fun. It's engaging. It's just overly dramatized. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is Verity by Colleen Hoover. I am afraid to read this book. I feel like it is going to creep me out and disturb me mentally, and I just don't know if I'm in the mood for that. I bought this book earlier this year and it's been on my TBR for a while. I just can't get the courage to read it. I keep hearing so many mixed reviews. Like, some people just absolutely hate Colleen Hoover and her writing style and her books and all that. But then there's so many good reviews, or there's just people who felt like, what the heck did I just read? Let's get up into this, trying a chapter to see which one of these could potentially be our next 5-star read. Okay, this one already spicy. Okay, so chapter 1 of The Perfect Marriage, I'd have to give it like a 7 out of 10. I don't feel any suspense whatsoever. I mean, the prologue does let us know that someone died, and obviously so does the cover of the book, but you don't get any suspense whatsoever in chapter 1, but I still like where this is going. I think I need to go ahead and read chapter 1 of Verity and see if this will be our next read. Dust cover off. This is beautiful. I do not want to mess up this book. It's just so pretty. But anyway, let's see what chapter 1 is about. Line 1. I hear the crack of his skull before the spattering of blood reaches me. Okay, Colleen. Okay, Verity. Okay, so if I had to rate chapter 1 of Verity for keeping me engaged and just wanting to read more, it's probably gonna have to be a 9, maybe even 10 out of 10. Like, it's a really good first chapter. I feel like we have a lot of information already in chapter 1. It's pretty much a no-brainer which book we're gonna read. It's gotta be Verity, baby, because The Perfect Marriage, I'm not saying it's not gonna be a good book, but it didn't give me thrill. It didn't give me suspense in chapter 1. And we're looking for thrill and suspense, so looks like Verity's our winner. This is funny. Talking about the actual meeting isn't until 9:30, but I figured you'd be late, so I told you 9. That is so me. People are always running late, so I always fabricate the time, because don't come late to my event and you lie to them and then they still come late. It's ridiculous. Today is Saturday and I am just now getting to page 63. My hair is so crazy because Justice styled it for me. So far, it's pretty much just the setup. Our main character, Lowen, she runs into this guy, Jeremy Crawford. They both witness a car accident, and then, just so ironic, they're both in a meeting later that same day. Jeremy needs an author to finish out his wife's series. So his wife is Verity Crawford. She gets in a car accident and now she can't write the last 3 books. So Jeremy is pitching them to have Lowen write the rest of the books. I guess Verity read one of Lowen's books and she appreciated her writing style. After she accepts the offer, she goes to their house so that she can look in Verity's office and just go through all of her notes and everything to finish the rest of the series. Instead of coming across the blueprint and the outline for the series, she ends up coming across an autobiography. I'm liking it so far, I think, but I do think that it is enough information that I do want to know more about, but I'm not like hooked. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we have a book. The start of this autobiography is lit. If this was somebody's real autobiography, sign me up, sis. Now I want to keep reading. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm reading a romance book or a suspense book, because I'm not seeing it. Oh my God. I'm just kidding, kind of. This is not written how you would normally get a suspense thriller. You can definitely tell that this is Colleen Hoover's first attempt at suspense, and you can tell that romance is her main genre. You can also tell that she is not afraid of spice, okay? Colleen Hoover will definitely give you some spice. And the book is not bad. It just isn't what I thought it was gonna be. So far, I'm like 180 pages in. I was expecting something a little bit different, but you do get suspense. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that you don't get suspense. So far, I don't feel any thrill for sure. I mean, I just commend her. You know, it takes a lot of bravery to deviate from your normal genre and, you know, just take a chance on something new. As of now, I can't say that this is one of my favorite suspense or favorite thrillers, but it is a good book. I have never loved a man the way that Verity loves Jeremy. I haven't, and I never want to love anybody that much. Ever. I am excited to see where this book is going, because normally the male characters in Colleen Hoover's books are the ones who are narcissists or just so broken or misogynist, all that stuff. This time it seems like Verity is the one with the issues. And I'm not saying every guy that she writes it as like a trash bag, but the 3 books that I read, there was at least one bad guy in each of those books. So this is just nice and refreshing that it's Verity that I'm side-eyeing and not Jeremy. The levels of sickness and toxicity and sadness and just, oh my gosh, wow. I did hear that some people cry while reading this book. I would assume this is the part maybe they start to cry. I'm getting ready to start chapter 20, which is page 254. This particular chapter that I just read of Verity's autobiography is insanely disturbing. It's extremely sad and it's heavy. Oh my God, I can't even believe right now. Like, wow. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, so don't worry. I need to step away and take a shower. I have to get ready. We need to finish packing and go anyway. We're actually getting ready to go on a little bit of a road trip to like the water park and do some outdoor shopping. My goal was to get to page 250 before we got on the road, and I'm gonna start 254. I only have a little bit left. And that was just extremely disturbing, extremely sad. Like, what is really good with you, Verity? Well, that was fast. I'm definitely side-eyeing Jeremy as well. Homeboy definitely gives me the creeps. Oh God, I'm scared.
I am. Oh my God.
Okay, I finally finished Verity, and sis is a psychopath. I'm glad that I finally read it because it was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I don't generally watch scary movies or horror movies. I don't read horror, anything like that. And I don't know why I thought it was going to be more in line with that, but it wasn't. It was mainly like a dark romance, like a twisted romance kind of thing. Colleen Hoover definitely gave us suspense, but I wouldn't say so much thrill. I mean, I guess, depending on, you know, who you are. A lot of people are like, oh my God, I couldn't put this book down. And you can definitely put it down. Or maybe I can just put it down. I was bored out of my mind when it got towards the end. So there's this letter that Verity writes and leaves for Jeremy, okay? Our main character, Lowen, she finds the letter. And it's just like a lot. This letter is extremely long and drawn out. And it's almost like, sis, are you just being manipulating or are you being genuine? It could be genuine, but even still, I don't want to ruin it for you guys, so I can't say too much about the letter. You got what you got, Verity. Whether he was telling the truth or not, you shouldn't have been writing these toxic autobiographies. Then there's this extended chapter. It was so long. She could have kept this chapter. It was just as twisted. I'm just like, why? We didn't really need it. It really wasn't necessary, but I guess since it's the collector's edition, she just wanted to add in something special. It's like 30 pages. I was so bored, I skimmed it over. Like, I read most of it, but by the end, I was just like, can we please end this book? So, would I recommend Verity? It depends. If I think someone would be interested in this and not bothered by it, maybe. But this is not going to be the first book when I think of a suspense, a thriller. I'm not going to think of this book. My rating for it, I don't think I can rate it just yet because it's not a 5-star read. I can see why someone else might give it a 5-star, but it's not a 5-star read for me. I don't quite know if it's even a 4-star read as far as a suspense thriller. I don't know. For a twisted romance, it's probably like a 4 or 5-star. Suspense thriller, I don't know, guys. I have to think about it. But it's somewhere between like a 3.75 and like a 4.25 because it was still a really good book. It's just disturbing and toxic and sad, and it's just a lot going on. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really enjoyed trying the first chapter. I think I'm gonna have to do that again because I'm so heavy on the mood reading. So that was a really good way to figure out my next read. And now I'm on the hunt for another 5-star read. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, watch another, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.